Hi, this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am bringing you another in our Disney collection of videos for layouts. Today I'm actually going to show you the second half of a two-page spread that I've already done most of what's going on the left-hand page, and the right-hand page is going to mirror it. So we're going to go ahead and just I'm going to show you how to assemble that. And yeah, it should be fun today. So let's check out my desk. I don't know why I can't seem to say this right. Let's check out my desktop. Okay, so I have a lot of bright colors here today on my desktop, and this is a layout that's going to be a lot of fun. I have chosen to use Sparks of Magic as kind of my inspiration for pages with this album because it is kind of designed for a theme park, and so I am using it a lot, and that's what these starry pages over here are from. We're going to use two of those pages that have the stars all over them and the black background. And we're going to use a variety of other cardstock, as you can see that I have here on my desktop. And I have some mats we're going to use, also a couple of them, and we're going to basically be creating this page right here. Although this is a single page, I'm going to turn it into a double page spread. And my favorite part about this is this really cool to-do list kind of thing that they've got going on here. I thought it would be really cute to list all the rides that we wanted to go on there, and use this Boxes and Bullets mini journal template that I got somewhere along the line as a freebie in something from Creative Memories. It's perfect for going ahead and drawing your own to-do list. So we're going to use that as a part of this layout. Let's go ahead and get started. It should come together pretty quickly. So let's see. Okay, so I have gone ahead and marked on my papers exactly what size I need to cut them. So I'm just going to remove these pages for a sec while we get that done. I'll grab my trimmer and come over here. All right, so these are the largest pages, these star pages, and these basically are going to need to be cut into an 11-inch square. That means I'm going to need 1 inch off of both sides of this 12 by 12 paper. So I'm just going to use my 1 inch measure on the right hand side and go ahead and just trim off 1 inch here. Then I'm going to turn it and trim off another inch. These 1 inch pieces will be perfect for making some borders with, or doing something else for another page. So I'm not getting rid of them, I'm just trimming them off and going to keep them for another day. All right. So we've got those two pieces there. And then I'm going to take this green piece of cardstock that I have, and I'm going to cut two pieces at 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch here. One more at 3/4 of an inch. Then I'm going to take these two pieces that are 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to, as soon as I can find a place to put that cardstock, I'm going to stack them together and going to cut 1 inch off of each of these because I want an 11-inch piece. So there we go. Probably just toss those little pieces because I'm not good at using them once they are saved. Okay, wrong pile. These need to go over here. These need to move over here where I'm not going to accidentally grab them. Okay. Now this piece of yellow, which is not gold but yellow, needs to be 3 inches by 9 1/8. which I know sounds kind of odd, but let me grab my arm and move it out, and we'll just go ahead and cut 9 1/8. And then turn it and cut 3 inches this way. Okay. Then I need, this one's going to be 9 1/2 by 3 3/8. I know these are kind of odd measurements. Sorry about that. So 9 1/2 by 3 3/8. Basically, this piece is going to mat that other piece over there. So 3 3/8. So this yellow piece we just cut will go right on there and be matted just beautifully. Okay. Now we're also going to need 2 pieces that are 4 1/8 by 12. So 4 1/8. What is going on? Come on, thing. Okay, 4 1/8 by 12. I'm going to do one more. That's 4 1/8 by 12. All right, so those are all of our pieces. So I'll set my trimmer back over there for a moment. Now I'm going to grab my photos, and a couple of these I'm using as mats for photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and mount the photos on here. As you can see, the Lego store there at Disney, in downtown Disney, is pretty phenomenal. They had these great builds out front of Medusa as the dragon and Philip fighting her, which was really awesome. They also had another one of Woody and Buzz Lightyear on the rocket, on the toy rocket. All this is Lego. All the fumes at the bottom, and Speed is trying to get up on top. Oh no, that's not a great picture, but it's the best picture that I have, so we're going with it. And then this was a cute picture of my family with the tree behind us. Again, not a super fantastic picture, but a cute picture, and we're all there. Even though you can only see some eyeballs. We were excited because we had just gotten, this was still our first evening there at Disney, because we just arrived, and we went to go find something to eat. So that's what these pages are going to be all about. Okay, let me go ahead and grab my, oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to put one other piece together while we're piecing things together. Okay, so this one I'm going to go ahead and put on the mounting, or the matte background. If my math was right, that should be centered. It is. Good. Okay. And then we're going to use just a black pin to go ahead, and we're going to use the skinny side. And we're going to, I'm going to line this up by just putting the corners of the template right in the corners of the yellow cardstock. And then that way I know where to line it up if it should get moved. So just drawing the lines in off the template. Now I'm going to come back and draw in the boxes. Really cute template. I've never used it before, but it would be so fun to use this like at Christmas time for a Christmas layout, wouldn't it? Or anything that you had a list that you needed to create something for. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add 3 or 4 of these to the bottom. Photo's going to go across the middle, so we may not need all of them, but that's okay. It's the thought, right? Okay, there we go. Fun. And I'll come up with some kind of a cute little title to put up there in that voided space. Okay, now I'm going to grab my pages and we will get started here. Okay, so this is the last page that I did. And first thing we're going to do is go ahead and adhere the star paper. So we're going to put adhesive all the way around the outside of this. I'm just going to take this paper and I'm going to center it in the middle of my page. So knowing we took an inch off means I should have roughly a ½ inch all the way around. If it's straight. And you'll notice it's not exactly the same black as the black page, so that kind of gives a little bit of a illusion of depth, right? So that's kind of cool. You know what I forgot to do with these is add the decorative edge. So we're going to need to go back and recut those green pieces. I'll put a note on the video for you so that you don't cut them wrong the first time. If you are fussy and you want to make sure this is exactly right, get out your zero centering ruler, and it will help you ensure that this is exactly straight. Otherwise, mostly I just eyeball mine because I've been doing this a while and I don't really need to measure, but also because it doesn't bother me if it's off just a tiny incremental bit. It might bother you, and that's fine if it does. You can go ahead and measure. No worries. Alright, so I'm going to grab my scallop blade. It's the purple one if you have the different blades for your 12-inch trimmer. I'm just going to grab that really quick. I'm going to grab that green cardstock that I set off to the side, and I'm going to just put an edge on it very quickly. So I'm going to line it up on the right hand cutting line on my mat, so not the one where my blade's going to go, but just beyond that, barely, and that will ensure that I have enough space to go ahead and cut with that decorative blade as I come down. Come on, stay put. I've noticed sometimes when we cut with a decorative blade, it moves our paper, it shifts our paper, which kind of frustrates me. Maybe if I gave it more room, it wouldn't do that. Let's try that just for kicks, because it really bugs me that I sometimes can't keep the paper from shifting. See how it buckles there at the end? That was better. All right. Now I'm going to use this and I'm going to cut 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to line up the bevel on this at 3/4. Going to remove this, put the straight blade back in. Cut that so it's straight. Okay. We'll use these in a different layout. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and redo the bevel because I don't like the one that I did over here. It moved, so it's bent, which makes me unhappy. So, going to do it different. Try it again. Alright, so it seems like if I just give it more space, it seems like it doesn't move as much, so that's a good thing. I'm always wanting to try to conserve my paper, so I don't ever want to like give it more than it needs, but apparently it just needs that little extra space so it doesn't move around on us. Okay, I'm cutting it straight. There we go. Okay, now we need both of these. Remember, these are supposed to be 11 inches, so we're going to cut 1 inch off. So I'm just stacking them together and going to cut off the 1 inch. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Now, what we're going to do is this piece is going to go on not completely next, but close. So I'm going to go ahead and add my adhesive so it's ready to go. And I can get that put on very quickly. All right, so what I need to do is kind of decide on my layout quickly. So I'm going to just set those two aside and just make sure that I know what I'm doing here. So I'm going to have this guy up here, and then we're going to have Nimrod and the corn dogs, and because that's what we ate for dinner that first night. It was crazy. And then we're going to have Woody, and we're going to have another one a little further away of these guys. Alright, so these are the photos that are going to be in my layout. I'm going to trim this one just a little bit and help it fit just a little nicer on the page. So just going to trim off about 1/4 of an inch. No one will miss it. Going to grab this one and trim off just 1/4 of an inch of this bush over here. No one will miss it. Right? Okay. You're not going to tell them that I trimmed off 1/4 of an inch, right? I thought so. Okay. So this one is going to go in here. We're going to alright, I need to put some adhesive on the back of this guy. Okay, so just put adhesive on the back of everything so I can just stick it all down. How's that? Okay, so we're going to put this guy in about 1/4 of an inch from the corner of the star paper. So we have the star paper all around it. And I'm going to take this guy, and he's going to go in an equal distance between this, the edge of this border and the edge of my star paper, so about 1/2 inch on either side roughly, and about 3/4 of an inch from the top of my mat. Okay, then we're going to put this guy on top, and this guy goes from jeeping to jeeping. Try really hard to get him in there straight. There we go. Okay, and this guy, goes from the edge of the star paper right along the edge of the gold to the other edge of the star paper. Oh, I'm so sorry, I goofed. This guy, green, is supposed to go underneath our to-do list. So I've got some maintenance to do there because that's all of my adhesive did not come back up. My bad, I'm so sorry. Alright, so I'm going to put this back down underneath, lay that back down, and then use my multi-purpose tool to just scrape off the adhesive that came up. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put these pictures down. Oh, you know what? I need to trim this one too, because these are just a little bit too tall. Not much, just a tiny bit. So there's that. I'm going to trim this one just a tiny bit so it matches. Do you see that corn dog? That corn dog had a hot dog inside of a pickle inside of the cornmeal. Not what I would call a yummy meal, but my son seemed to think it was good. All right. Yeah, that's going to work much nicer. So we have just a little bit of a border around each of those photos. Now you can, the actual sketch that this came from, that this design came from, indicates using 3 photos across here, and they would be 4x4 photos. I chose to use 2 4x6s and just cut them down slightly. So I cut 1/4 inch off of the end of each of them and about 1/8 of an inch off of the height of them, just so that you know, in case you want to use 4x6 photos instead of 4x4s. Okay, putting this side together now real quick. Okay, and I'm actually using photos that are going to, I have a vertical photo instead of a horizontal photo that's going in this layout, which is not the way the sketch was done, but you know what? You don't always have to follow a sketch exactly. You can make it your own and customize it to the needs of the photos that you are putting down on your page. So please don't think that you have to always do a sketch exactly the way I do it or exactly the way it's designed. It's completely up to you. Okay, so then I have these two photos that are going to go in here, and I need to trim them, or at least trim the one. How much did I trim off? I think I only trimmed off just a tiny bit. Is that right? Yeah, close enough. All right, now let's figure out where we want to put embellishments so that I can decide how close to make these photos. So I could do them about like that. We could move this over just a little bit and move that over so we allow more of that black border all the way around, which is reasonable. I don't think we need two of these lists, that's why I only made one, but with a mirror image of this side, I'll probably just put a title of some kind up here and embellishment instead of trying to do two lists. So we will need to do some embellishing probably like right in here. Maybe we could do something like right in here. So that would be two, and then we need one for over here on this side. So probably down here or maybe up here. Probably up here would be the better spot. So let's see what we can put together for that. Okay, so on my sticker sheet I have this cute food cart, which we could use because we did buy all of this at a food cart, and I'm trying to remember, but I don't think we bought really a lot of other food from a food cart while we were on this vacation. So I'm going to use this cute sticker on that page, and possibly this one that says "so silly" because that corn dog is just crazy. I think it's crazy. And I'm not even going to go there to tell you how much this meal cost, because it was embarrassing, but we were so hungry and it was so late we just went ahead and paid it because it was convenient. But yeah, so crazy. Okay, so foam squares. I need some more, so we're going to use some little ones to kind of shore up some of these extra places so that we don't end up with stickers stuck where we don't want stickers stuck. This is a lot of foam squares, but you know what? That's okay. It'll just take a minute. Okay, so this is going to go right here. Which is not where I said I was going to put an embellishment. And that's kind of the way I roll. So I found this sticker that says the whole gang, which applies right here to those cutie patooties right there. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of green cardstock and mat that so that it has a little bit more substance to it. And let me just go ahead and use some scissors to cut that where I want it. I don't know if I trust myself to cut it this way though. Wow. Much steadier hand than I thought I had. Alright. Okay, so we're going to put some foam squares on this guy. And he needs some friends. Like he needs another couple of stickers with him. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I feel like we need a Christmas sticker. We're in front of a Christmas tree. I'm going to grab a heart. Do a heart and a star. How's that? If I can find a yellow star. There's a yellow star right there. All right. Might need one more. Oh, my photos are not stuck down there yet. Goodness. Getting the cart before the horse, as it were. Okay, hang on. Let's get these put down. And I think I do like that little bit of black around that photo. So we'll just make sure it's even as possible all the way around. And I know this looks like a duplicate of this one, but it just shows more of the store and kind of the same rocket down here. So that's why I'm including it. Okay, then we're going to put the whole gang right in there. Now, where else? We need another one, and I feel like it's up here that we are going to need it, but we're going to have a title here. So maybe something down here would be appropriate. think maybe we'll just say loving this and call it good. Loving this, and we'll point up here to the Legos because my son is a total Lego fiend, and anytime we see the wonderful Lego creations, we just get excited. So we're going to go with that. And that's I think that's all I'm going to do for this particular layout. So sorry, there was a glare there for a bit. So again, I'm going to list right here all the different rides that we were looking forward to, and make it kind of like our check-off list, and write a little bit of journaling, maybe right in here, maybe some down here on the green, to explain a little bit about what's going on these pages, and then these pages will be completed. So I sure hope that you've enjoyed watching me put this layout together for you today. I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but this was from a bonus challenge that came out back in November for Black Friday. And so this was a blog idea that came from Creative Memories Home Office and the fantastic ladies there. And so I just sort of ran with it and modified it to suit my photos, and really, really cute. I think it turned out really, really cute. I hope that you enjoyed this again, and I hope that you'll join me next time. And until then, I hope you have many more creative moments. Thanks so much. Y'all have a great day.